Peace be unto you. My topic today is entitled Moses' Excuses. Can we learn from them? And my text is taken from Exodus 3, verses 11 to 14. Please note that I'm looking at Moses' excuses from a different perspective. Here was a man who had a price tag on his head for slaying an Egyptian over 40 years ago. He thought he could bring about a peaceful solution to two of his countrymen, but failed to do so. Who would want to venture back into Egypt knowing the kind of person Pharaoh was? And in addition, if he failed to bring two of his people together, bringing thousands together would be impossible. Take note, it was over 400 years that the children of Israel didn't hear from God. For Moses, it would be about 80 years. Why they are called excuses? Because while Moses recognized the presence of God, he should have grasped the power of God by the bush not consumed. Moses 5 excuses. First, unfit. Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? Exodus 3:11. Moses knew that Pharaoh was a powerful man. He spent 40 years there. Today we have the comfort of many verses in the Bible to assure us of God's ever present, and yet some of us are timid to witness for the Lord or even testify. Moses would not have had such luxury until this was given to him in Exodus 3 verse 12, which says, "Certainly I will be with you." Secondly, untaught, verse 13, since God has not spoken for over 400 years, anyone who would come in the name of the Lord, there will be doubts. Today we have all the revelations of God that we need to know, yet many don't believe. This is where we know that the God who spoke to Moses was Jesus Christ in his pre-incarnate state. Verse 14. Thirdly, unbelieving, Exodus 4:1. If 40 years ago Moses tried to intervene with two of his countrymen and they rejected him, please put yourself in Moses' shoes. To convince thousands would be impossible. It seems the burning bush was not enough to convince Moses, so God had to use other miracles. Fourth, unable, Exodus 4:10. What amazed me is that Acts 7:22 says that Moses was mighty in works and deeds, yet Moses made the excuse of having a speech impediment. Based on God's response in verse 11, he was not lying. It was simply an excuse. Fifth, unwilling. Exodus 4 verse 13. This excuse caused God to be angry. God was willing to give Moses a second chance. Let me pause here with a question. How many chances have God given us? For me, he has given me plenty of chances. The miracles in Exodus 4, 3, 4, 6, and 7 did convince Moses. Please don't go away thinking that these kind of miracles will convince most people today, because many of the religious people in the New Testament were not convinced. In closing, why some deem Moses as fearful and inadequate, my perspective is that while it is natural to fear, the problem is when fear controls us to the point that we stop trusting in God. God's word requires that we are inadequate to rely on God's adequacy.